So this is just a audio track for a video slideshow. You can talk as long as you want, but don't make it over 20 minutes or anything. Yeah, this is Cat the Catster in the studio with Kitty Key, the martial sportist. And about a week ago, we went to the old site of Jung SuWon Academy in Milpitas. Kind of a long haul over there. Yeah, so we're there on the site of the story, and yeah, it had been there for yes, almost 20 years. Which is almost technically we had been there. You had been there for what was that? You had been there for 18 years, but yeah, I was longer. Yes. yes, that's 18 years, and he was since the beginning. Yeah. So, but yes, so we have a slideshow showing various little places around Minnesota. Grandmaster Kim, Dr. Kim, she's now what is she 78 now? 78 these. and so yes, yeah, we didn't see her or anything. Yeah, nothing like that happened. But yeah, we decided to go down there, down the hill, to this site that had been there. It was surreal. It was yeah. So they had the thing, the old Minnesota Circle was where the Lighthouse Associates started in '82. Worldwide Solutions wasn't until '88, and we walked by that in the back, and to start out with, and that we were at Lighthouse Worldwide Solutions, and there was. Yeah, she had their company, the manufacturing, all that. It all started right there. It all started right there, in the back in the day. So, yeah, and so yeah, we had about that part of the show, and it doesn't matter what the visuals are necessarily on the scan here, but yeah, we're starting at Lighthouse, working our way to the back of Lighthouse there, and watching that. And yeah, so anyway, so yeah, so yeah, they had the manufacturing there, the computer company. They originally had some of the workers in the loft at the academy, but the fire marshal said no. They had various other things, laws they kind of skirted around. In the middle of the store, though, they had another group in there for a while. But we'll get into that in a minute. So we have yeah, it was interesting. This is where the City of Light, the College of Learning cult also started. I was not in that. I was really a member of energy class and black belt testing class, and got a black belt, and second black belt I left. The official testing hadn't happened yet in February 2007, but that was over at San Jose. We're not going to go to the San Jose site. We're not doing a sequel. That one's gone too. That one's completely gone. There's nothing left of it. At least this building, this is the same building. They haven't changed it. Yes, that's very interesting. It's now a car area, like a car. There were some car places originally, but yes, they changed it. But yeah, the car area, and they had yeah, it's all cars. A Minnis Circle is where it is. Minnis, named after John Minnis, Milpitas pioneer. Yeah, I know. I'm going around the car thing here, and this can be longer than what's on the slides. I can slow the slides down. We walk along here to the side and see what is going on in this building. Now, when you come over to the side here, I can actually play it right here, but that would confuse things. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to show you the side here. So when it queues up to about the side, so there was briefly, they expanded the academy in 2001 or so, expanded a little bit, because Kung Fu Mother, which was in the middle, moved out. On the other side of the building, you had Morning Planet and all that other stuff, Morning Star and all that, the genesis of that. You had Stargazer, her production company, all that crammed in the building. You know, in San Jose they had a bigger building, so old Motorola building. We could see that if you want to. So. Yes, but it looks nothing like it anymore. They gutted the whole thing and completely rechanged it. I did not recognize the building. It's completely different. But this one, it's the same building. They hadn't changed anything. When they moved out in 2004, they did gut the building inside, but yeah, and then Enterprise Rent-A-Car was in there, and then briefly now Alliance Collision is in there. But yes, but here is where toward the middle of the thing where the Kung Fu place was, which was an expansion, then expanded into bought the property and put some of the studio back there as well. So they had the studio and the doors, and they could go into the studio. That is where Morning Planet was. Yeah. So, the show they were bragging about in the 90s, in the writing area, I guess was the Stargazer, right? Yeah. Used to have the Stargazer. She wrote the books as Stargazer. Sometimes at Lighthouse, sometimes at the thing, but sometimes not. Yeah. This is very interesting. There's a man getting out of their car or something. They really don't know what I'm doing, walking around. Oh, my goodness. So we have, I'm killing the audio because people were playing stuff in their vehicles, the music in the background. You have, walking around the thing. And now what we're recording here is over 7 minutes. The video itself is not over 7 minutes. So note that. It won't all match up, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so we have a look around the area here in the front. You can see the large that they built some sort of office space, I guess, like a little villa looking office space. Yes, the office space across the way wasn't there. And then since then, and right next to it is this giant building that they've since painted over. It was white back then. Is a police station. Yes, it is a police station. It's funny that they started a cult right next to a police station. I find that ironic. Yes. But yes, it was a strange martial arts cult. Apparently, they aren't so strange. If you go online nowadays, you find all kinds of other martial arts cults. So they didn't start it. They didn't start the fire. No. Oh. Yes. They didn't start the fire. And it was hilarious as you promoted me to Grandmaster, even though I'm not. It's funny. I had to make myself great Grandmaster, of course. Yes, of course. With a judo belt. Yes, with a Brazilian judo belt, which incidentally is a really rare item now, because it looks kind of like Grandmaster's belt, but it's really rare. Can't find it anymore because that school went out of business. I got one of their belts. They went out of business. I have lots of other belts. They even did a Kitty Cal-Cat show honorary 11th anniversary belt during the pandemic and gave Cal-Cat an official embroidered belt, 3rd degree belt, or 4th degree belt. We promoted him to master. In some other schools, he would be a grandmaster. See, so we made him a grandmaster. But yeah, no stripes on the belt though, because that's traditional. The Americanized version has the stripes painted on or attached to it, or what. But the version of Taekwondo wouldn't have the stripes. Wouldn't brag about it. Just says 4th Dan in the embroidery. And you would only wear it, unofficially. It says honorary 4th degree. It says honorary Han 4th Dan. It says honorary 4th degree. In pet cat dough. I thought that was funny. Pet cat dough. Yeah. But I do have an actual 2nd degree Jung SuWon belt in the 2007 when we left, a bunch of us left. Yes. San Jose was closing up really fast and they were tearing walls down and we left. But that was 2007, so that's all different. But didn't really know each other back then. But yeah. But yeah, so we come around the front here and we come around to the side past the thing, and I know it's going to be unclear in the slideshow because we're rambling on a little longer. But yeah, we're going to come around to the front. We come around to the academy itself. So note as you're doing this that he sort of rambles on over here longer than the 1.5 minutes, 7 minutes, so they can get to the front. So this is all stretched out to 7 as we approach where the Kung Fu Mother and the studio were. Yeah, and then we come to the 4-minute second half of the slideshow. So it's 11 minutes in 1 minute. Wow. But sure, why not? Yeah. And so now we come to the continuation. So we come around. Yeah. Yeah. So the school was open from 1985. She moved out from Vermont, 1985. It is said in legend that she moved out, and as she was flying to California, became a grandmaster. That's not so. She was promoted to grandmaster in Vermont, and what's funny is there was a little old lady called Dr. Ruth Westheimer, a sex therapist, which is funny, in the same building that she was in Vermont. Also, there was a Ben and Jerry's ice cream was there too, which is kind of where the Howard Johnson story gets kind of complicated, because that was the bench thing that they were advertising in the 2000s. The bullshito. I'm not going to go into the bullshito. You can look that up. There are plenty of archives of that. You can look that up. But the story is that she got in a horrible car accident, and so she couldn't fight anymore, basically. So they're just like, okay, she can still yell and shout and stuff, and so but she had to pay community service, and so the grandmaster, back when she was a master, and she had to pay community service, and they had her working at Howard Johnson's, paying community service. So that's what that was. That's all that was. Doesn't sound as dramatic, does it? No. Nothing else though. Let's see. So we also have. I'm not going to go into the other health issues. That's messed up. Not doing that. But yes. So we have doing the Jung SuWon, the martial arts. It was called American Taekwondo Center when it opened in '85 in Milpitas. It was there from '85 to 2004, and it was she had initially 8 students to start out with, from Vermont. I can name names. I'm not going to. And some of them came, and some of them went, some of them left. Opening day of class, there were about 30 new students in the room there. That said to be 80. It was 30. In 1986, they did a demo at the new mall, the town center, and that's where Kat comes into the picture. Yes, yes, I did. I saw that. Yeah, I was a teenager at Pine Hill, and so I came over there. But yeah, it's the legend stayed there. Kat is a pseudonym, of course. Would have been my COL name. But yes, so yeah, by 1989, what happened with that story is apocrypha, allegedly, but can confirm some of that. I'm not going to confirm any of the credentials and stuff. You can look that up. But in 1989, the other ATC, there was another one, tried to sue them and said like, oh yeah, you can't use that. Now that you're kind of becoming a little famous around the Bay Area, there's another ATC, and we're not associated with you. So they struck a deal, a settlement, and basically said, all right, well, we'll change the name. We'll change the name to something else. We'll come up with a new name. So that's where Jung SuWon came from. They'll change the name to Jung SuWon, which means allegedly body, mind, and spirit in harmony. But that also is what Taekwondo means: hand, foot, and spirit and body. Yeah, kind of a different version of that. Grandmaster then Fontaine. She was married to a man named Fontaine. She changed her name. I guess she went back to her old last name, was Kim. It's Kim. And Taeyun Kim. And Taeyun is, we just gave her name away, but also Korean means bringer of the universe. Yeah, it's a little bit pretentious. Just a wee bit pretentious. But yes, that's canon. But yes, she had her first master testing in 1994. 1989 and then 94. Yeah, so there was an 89 and then 94 was the second master. Yeah, for 89 and then 94. There was a wedding in 94. 94, 95, somewhere around there. There was a wedding, infamous Jung SuWon wedding. It was bizarre. Of which the bride's daughter had said, it doesn't feel real. To me. Okay. But yes, it was real. There was a wedding. There were a few others after that. The other master and senior instructors got to marry their students. Apparently, that was apparently okay as long as they were other masters. Yeah, it's a little icky, but yeah, that's what happened. We won't go into any of that other stuff. We won't go into what Tae and Kim. No, we're not going to go into that. No, we're not going to go into any controversy. So we're here coming around the building. Everyone was of age. Right now, everyone was of age. It's allegedly, it's historical. Some of them got married. So that's all. That's all I'm saying. The police building on the side. M&S Collision is the name of the collision place. You want to follow along? It's about 2.5 minutes into the story, but on this, a little longer than that. 18 minutes into the story. So yeah, we have M&S Collision. That is where Jung SuWon was located, and they completely changed the insides and stuff. And Kitty Key, yes, we moved out. They tore out everything after the testing. There was a pre-test for the other guys. That was when you were awarded the special testing type of thing. It wasn't until later, though. You had the black. I got the black belt first. You did the black belt. Yeah, yeah. And so the special testing for me, not for you. Yes, I didn't get. Yet. It wasn't until 2005 that I got this second degree belt that I could look at on the wall. Ooh, I'm gonna get that. Ooh, But yes, this is not a controversial video. This is a kind of a fun video. It's to say fun stuff. We're not going into anything about COL called thing. Inside Edition did a report in 1998 and all that other stuff. If you're expecting this to be a scandal story, it is not. Just went to the building. That's all. So nothing else. We're not going into any of that. You can read that. It's all online and stuff. Even though the bullshit one is down, other ex-students have taken over the reins and they're doing whatever they want to do. That's fine. Just as long as they don't attract attention to us or them or others. The kitty key thing. So we have Yeah, they tore out the building. They weren't supposed to do that. They're supposed to have like people actually work on that. And I recall that the demolition of that like had a youth minors present and stuff like that in there. No, it's a little iffy there. Also, there was a big, tall dude, instructor dude, cutting the board above his head, big 2x6 with a chainsaw, and this other instructor guy who was kind of sort of the foreman, but he wasn't really watching him. But I was. It was like, you don't want to do that over your head, sir. That board's gonna hit you on the head. Put it off to the side there. Oh, I know what I'm doing. Oh, Mister. And then the foreman guy came out. And he's all like, "Yeah, he's right. Don't do that. You're gonna hurt yourself. You're gonna bonk yourself in the head, and do it from the side. And he did it from the side. And sure enough, the board came crashing down. I don't know what the heck he was doing. Didn't hurt him though. He got out of the way, so I saved his ass. But yeah, yeah, they didn't. And San Jose, they didn't have permits either to make the bathrooms in 2007, 2008, and got kicked out of the old Motorola building. That's what happened over there. But here we have this construction, unsupervised construction. In 2004, hey, it was 20 years ago. I was not in charge of anything. 20 years ago, I was only a black belt. So I was not in charge of any of that stuff. So I don't know, yeah, I was just there. I was a junior, no rank, other than I had a belt. I was not in charge of the construction at all. Just saying, that was a good idea not to do that. So that's one of my stories. Yeah. We could go into the various Jung SuWon student girlfriends. Yes. No, we won't. We won't go into that. Yes. We won't go into that. If you want to see the version of that, watch the Starship Chimera Starship Locations Destination Stories, or read the On Location. So read the On Location. Go and read the On Location. That's Cal Hazel. You read that, and you'll see that all that's in there. So it's not that scandalous, really. It's kind of sad, but but yeah. So yeah, it's So this is the video, and the front of the collision place in the video. We're going to go around to the front of the collision place, and they let us go into the parking lot. They did not care. So on this tape, it's 22 minutes in, which is nuts. I'm just rambling on, but in the story, it's 3.5 minutes in, if you want to match that up. Going into the parking lot at the at the collision. Actually, Jung SuWon actually was. There's the parking lot. It's not going to match up. But yeah, when you see M&S collision in the, you can do that. They let us in. They let us stand right in front of the building. And yeah, and so when you get to the M&S collision footage where it stands in the building in front, we're right there, Your reflection in the mirror and everything. That was the site of the Jung SuWon and Kat back in the day. Yep, there it is. And they don't stay there very long because you weren't welcome. But there is the building, and he's going to go around to manufacturing now. Yes, it's a manufacturing Lighthouse worked there too. Yeah, we worked at Lighthouse. You do have a funny story from Lighthouse. Who you tell us that one? That was funny. Oh yeah, they had motion and particle sensors. They would assemble them pre-cut from other things and put the label Lighthouse on them back in the day. They didn't really make their own stuff. They would use the other stuff and put their name on it. Sometimes they made stuff, but really there was a manufacturing place as they got bigger by the 90s, so they were able to then they couldn't manufacture their own stuff. And the particle monitoring system is a device that runs, and they had a rival called PMS, particle monitoring systems, because engineers and nerds, as we are, I'm not an engineer, but I'm a nerd. It was like, PMS, that's funny. Yeah, it was a little misogynistic, but funny, but misogynistic, yes. So they had some hanky panky on the set. It wasn't me. Other people were dating each other. They also, yeah, who knows how the books were? I don't know the books. Yeah. Yes, we're not going to go into the lighthouse behind the scenes scandals and various lawsuits and patent infringements and all that stuff. But you can look that up if you want to. Lighthouse World Association. Go ahead. I will not go into that. I don't know enough about that. But no, I will not go into that. But yes, so you had a funny story from inside. The particle monitoring systems and the flow sensors. Oh God! Oh no! Okay. So yeah, I was technically a intern tech writer under this lady who's now famous. She's a famous singer now. Not going to give a name. But I did during the excerpt period, during the bullshito period, I did visit her and her husband at a coffee shop in San Jose, which was fun. And we talked about the cult and the guru and stuff. That was fun. Yeah, Kitty Key was there too, so that was cool. Yes, I was there. I had to go. I took you there. I was like, we have to go there to see the lady singer. But yes, so the story of Lighthouse was 98. I wasn't a very good tech writer. I was not very good. I was a better editor than a tech writer. So I went into I was an English degree person, more of a creative writing person. Then went on to journalism in the mid-2000s and did that. And did better at that. So I was a better editor than a writer. But I do write fan films and stuff. So anyway, this internship helped me to know that I didn't want to be a tech writer, basically. But near the last day of work there was a flow sensor machine in front of me. You could mess around with it just to see whether it works. And so yeah, I had to fart. So I flautist into the phonggu, which is fart in Korean, into the device to see whether the sensor picked up the particles. And it did. It was a beep, 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 beep. There's the fart. I farted into a sensor to test to see whether the sensor worked. I wasn't the first person that had done that. The other instructor guys came by and said, yeah, we've been doing that for a while. But it shouldn't detect audio. It was detecting like methane at that point. Methane particles. Yes. So yeah, wacky times. That was fun. So I thought it would be fun to put this on the Creepypasta sort of channel and go on about it, and you can go around that thing. And I know the visuals are not going to match because this is 4 minutes of footage stretched out to about 30 minutes of footage now. So yeah, it's stretched out to 30 minutes, but I'll just keep playing cycling it over and over again, and you get the idea. So yeah, Kitty Key, it's good, it's glorious. If you want to see some Kitty Key stuff, we still publish the archive. If you want to go and see that, the fillets left. We'll call them the fillets. They left us the archive back, so the archive is still posting the videos, and we have the cat meowing. And yeah, but we only post our stuff now. We don't post that other stuff anymore. And as for Sakwando Gal, well, we don't post on that anymore either. So it's an X. Yeah, you went down with the. It wasn't Cal Cat. It was Kitty Key. I know that girl. That's funny. Yeah. She's legal age. Don't worry. Yes, of course. But yeah, so everything is on the board. Nothing is on. Yeah, what is she like? Yeah, we're not going to give their ages away, but no, the legal age. but yes, but it's after training for that one. Stud. Yes. Nothing happened. Didn't do anything. Dinner and a movie doesn't count. It's like, that was it. Catch you on horny. Yes, very. Anyway, see you later. I'm going to close it here. It's very bizarre. But yes, I'm going to end it at exactly 30 minutes, and you are watching the slideshow. That's fun. We'll just cycle through it over and over. Yeah. Yes. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Jung SuWon or not. Called no.